Okay, how you know?
I know them very well.
Okay.
What's the deal, y'all?
What's good?
What up, though?
It's your girl, the Caribbean Chocolate, Jocelyn Navarro.
Good. It's the one that makes my life.
Now somebody hit my music.
I'm contemplating and chasing, handling biz right now. We never waiting and patient, jumping at the crib right now. Put up my label, we make it staying legit right now. Could call the doctor, we operating, they sick and sit right.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Look, you already know what it is by the sound of my voice. That's right, your boy, Mr. 6'9" JT. We back in this piece once again, and it's a special edition, special time. We coming at y'all on a Tuesday going up, and I could not do this alone. I had to call in a little favor from the Rose gang over there, and I got one of my favorite podcasters on with me. We got Kev.
Thank you for the intro, JT. I finally get to be on my favorite podcast. Yes.
Yes. Before we go any further, man, make sure y'all do those few things: like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Marks and Mikes everywhere, whether that be on IG, the Book of Faces, Twitter, now known as X. You can also catch us on the TikTok, catch us on the YouTube. Also follow Culture Class Network. Everyone on there. Sports for You, Sports for You Wrestling, and Knowledge of the Dynasty. We cannot forget about the Humble Roses, Society and Pop Culture. Cannot forget about the Main Event Mamas, and cannot forget about Sports for You, who's going live tonight. Sports for You Wrestling, JB versus the World. It's a lot of shows, bro. It's a lot of them. I'm still trying to keep up. Two Fly Wrestling. Can't forget about that. Listen, I told y'all we had a very, very special guest. You saw the post earlier. We dropped the news on you. Yes, we told y'all last week we was going to have this legendary, I'm going to call him legendary. You know me, I'm going to gas you up, but I'm gassing you up with good factuals behind it. You know what I'm saying? Legendary DJ, legendary activist inside his community. He's deep inside the community. He's deep on the DJ scene. Father, cannot forget about that. Just a good, overall good human being, man. We literally had one conversation through IG, and from there, we got to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would be remiss if I did not welcome one of the best DJs in the nation. In the nation. That's right. I said it. Don't believe me. Google it, because the track record speaks for itself. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only DJ Ashton Martin in the house.
Man,
Yeah.
you guys' intros are crazy. I gotta rip those right on and just use them and steal them. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Man,
Thank you. You know,
thank
quick
you.
was fun. Tequila.
Man, shout out to Tacos and Tequila. I definitely want to give a big shout out to Social House Entertainment. Shout out to all the artists that came through, the fans, the people in attendance. If you haven't been to a Tacos and Tequila, this man keeps the party going from the moment that you walk through those gates.
All right, that's what we're doing.
To the moment that you walk out.
Woo!
Not one person was like this listening to the music. Every song that he played, whether it was old school, new school, pop, even a few rock. Hell, he even played the Living Color theme song, and I was over there looking. You know what I'm saying?
What you know about that?
Oh,
man. What you know about?
I just country kid. No, I like the culture. I dove in everything I could. I went to KU. That's a very multicultural community at KU. So I was fortunate. Had a lot of friends, and I asked a lot of questions. Music that I liked happened to align with certain cultures, and I was like, man, I got to learn more about this. I love it. So coming from a small town, actually, I'm rocking the shirt. 80 people, Southeast Kansas, Westphalia. So yeah, I grown up listen to a lot of classic rock, southern rock, country. So I had to learn. I mentioned this on
Humble Roses.
Humble Roses. Yeah. So it's kind of funny that they ask, I think something about the music and how I put together music. And so when I started DJing in college, 05, 06, 04, 05, and I moved to Kansas City, 07, 08, and I moved up here with no money and just kind of used my connections and started playing and bartending. I was a bartender before I was a DJ. And man, I was learning music that had been out for 10 to 15 years, but I hadn't heard it before. So inadvertently, I'm playing stuff I absolutely adore. Vibrant Thing comes to mind. I'd never heard that. And I was like, what is this? But it was, it was old. But I was playing new with the throwbacks. So it wasn't accidental, but I liked what I liked and I played, and I really enjoyed being an open format DJ. So take that, 10X, whatever, 20X down to 12, about 15, 18, almost 20 years now. Started with Tacos and Tequila 5 years ago. You take all that compiling, traveling and DJing with all that in your background. Like it's fun. It's like I've been training for this my whole life. It's like my whole career. So it's like you can go through little paths, and then, say you have the artist. It wasn't supposed to. Here's a tidbit you probably don't know. You wouldn't know, is that I was only supposed to be hired to open. I was only supposed to play from the first one in 21 in Kansas City, the flagship that went off, the inaugural. It was supposed to be me play 2 to 3:30, then Petey Pablo went on. He didn't have a DJ with him at the time, so he gave me his thumb drive. I got to meet Petey. We were friends right out of the gate. Still, really, I consider him one of my best friends. So that is a whole that shot off a whole other relationship there, right? So I played 2 to 3:30, played his set 3:30 to 4, and then realized being a newer festival, the first one, a lot of learning things, right? A lot of growing pains. There was no music in between artists. And I'm like, that year Ludacris headlined, and there was probably, I think there was Yin Yang Twins. I don't remember. There's 8 people or 8 different artists. So I just grabbed the mic and just kind of did what I know and just started playing in between each artist. So that's kind of how that became what it was. So then it turned into me hosting. And if there was whatever market we were in, maybe a radio host would be there, a radio DJ would come in, and we would kind of pass it back and forth. As you can tell, my voice will last. So sometimes last the whole day. Yeah, that what you saw is a product of me seeing something and a need, and them giving me the platform and having the trust by not only the Social House Entertainment Group and then and that company and the festival company, and Tacos and Tequila and everybody involved, but also the artists. Like, you don't just get to throw down right before a Little John, not know what you're doing. You play the wrong thing, and it's little bitty things, right? So I really do feel like everything leading up to now in my career is like, you put me on a right spot to where I'm very comfortable in that space. So, and I couldn't feel more at home. And you can probably tell that. I could I'm like, man, I love this. This is great. So, not to ramble, but yeah, I figured those little things, those little tidbits would probably be maybe not a shock, but more like, wait, what? Hometown's 80 people in the country. Wait,
Yep.
you didn't say that? Like, so I like to rep where I'm from, even though nobody knows.
No, you
That's
gotta
where your roots are.
You gotta rep where you from.
I could go an hour on that, but you got questions to ask me. You got to incriminate me. You got to make me blush.
Gotta make you blush.
Listen.
He's like, yo, is there anything you don't want to talk about? I'm like, man,
I just want to make sure, because people call me. Some people call me a habitual line stepper sometime, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to be in that ramification with you. And damn, JT is really a habitual line stepper. Like, I don't want that. Like, you're like, God damn, I know he's gonna ask me about this. No,
I will always, I can't think of anything you asked. I'm like, do you have something that would be? I don't know. 20s were a long time ago. I mean,
it's like, I don't remember that. That was the summer of 01. Like, who remembers that?
Like, you know what I was doing in all one?
You popping stuff up on the screen. I was like, dude, I don't remember that.
No, man, but let's so speaking of, you going up to the town of 80 people, was that like the Cheers theme song? Like, everybody knew your name, like everybody knew everybody?
100%. So my grandpa and my grandma, my mom's mom and dad, came from St. Louis. They came to Kansas City, and he actually ran a crane and heavy machinery downtown, wrecked buildings and stuff back in like the 70s. Moved him, found a plot of land, and wanted to be a farmer outside of Westphalia. So he started farming, and then it was kind of nomadic. Like that family, my grandma had 12 sisters. So a lot of them they'd all end up in the same spot. That's just kind of how they all like meandered, and grandpa was the leader kind of that. So then his brother moved down, then his mom moved down. And then, so I grew up not only in a town of 80 people, but my grandma owned the bar and grill that had bands, that had a jukebox, that had a pool table. Then on top of that, so the school, like there's only like a Catholic church and a school. Well, the school used to be the high school, but it's kindergarten through 8th grade. So I went to school with the same 13 kids, 9 guys, 4 girls, all the way through kindergarten through 8th. So I could drive down if you drove down the street, there's a church here, there's a co-op here, and the school's at the end. And I had blood, like actual kin that lived here, 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 and here. And then I lived on the other side of town. So it was, when I say other side of town, I mean like an eighth of a mile. Quarter mile. So yeah, but I had like a lot of family, like in that 80, 90 people. It was probably 15, 16, like 3, 4 grandparents, like aunt and uncles. So I didn't know any other thing. I didn't know any other way of growing up. It was cool. You guys ride your bicycle and somebody made dinner that night and you go in. I didn't realize how fortunate I was. And man, it's really cool.
Well, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You were eating that I'm not going to say random neighbors.
You could just go in, everybody's doors were open. Like
wow.
And it's really like my bicycle or my 4-wheeler was in front of whatever house I was at, and you really got home before dark. I mean, you hear funny stories like that, but that's really what it was. And you were talking about dial-up internet. Well, everybody had a phone wired on the full hall, so you just call and you needed to be somewhere. You just called and let it ring a couple of times, and you're alive. But yeah, I grew up like that. It was cool. Like, but I don't remember ever anybody planning any dinner, but we always ended up eating dinner at somebody's house. Somebody planned it across the way, So I don't know. That's how I grew up, like a little village. It was cool. Sunday breakfast at grandma's. It was cool. Yeah.
Man, you know what I call that? Like being able to leave your doors unlocked. I call that Canada.
Wow.
Not just your family. Like you could, like I could walk into. I mean, there's some houses like there's some older dudes that, well, you probably wouldn't want to just roll into their house and probably shoot you, but they which ones those are. No, but most of the time, yeah, doors are open, keys are in the car. If you come out and somebody blocks you in, you just get in the person's car and start it and move it. And there's no go in and yell at somebody. You just move it and move on.
Man, listen, I can't even name a time that I was able to just walk inside someone's house without knocking, right? Because, when I was growing up,
right,
you had to knock on that door, announce yourself, and most of the time you got, who is it? Mm-hmm. Knowing me, I would say it's me.
Yeah,
who? Me. And then you got to go through the whole dialogue, right? So that's very, very cool growing up inside that setting, man, because, it does take a village to definitely raise a child, and also just make sure the community is good, right? Got to be able to trust your neighbor, right?
Well, your neighbor in your community is like that's where I had grit and just work ethic. Something was done. I can remember it wasn't like women did this, women did that, not around. I mean, somewhat a little bit, but no, there were women driving grain trucks. There was women driving combines. They were driving tractors. They were painting the house. They were doing, it was the work needed to be done and you went and did it. So when you see that and you grow up and see that, that's a different kind of thing ingrained.
Yeah, that's a different work ethic right there. That type of work ethic, man, I wish we had more of that.
I just don't think they see it, but I think it's out of sight, out of mind now. I think I just maybe not a light bulb, but maybe that's why, like my daughter's almost 5. She sees, she knows what daddy does. She's been on the stage with me. She knows I DJ, and she knows that my wife's a pharmacist and she goes to the pharmacy, and when people are sick, she fills their prescriptions. She knows that, but she knows we work hard and we're a very active family. Our group, our little core circle, you saw, well, no, you didn't see some in Cleveland. We roll we got a nice core group, and we move real quick. And a lot of them, they come with me to the festival. So, but anyway, that, people seeing that work and movement is huge. And I think that's probably what I just grew up seeing. So I didn't know any different. My dad would drive to save the per diem. He would drive 3.5 hours. These names aren't going to mean anything to you, but if anybody's listening locally, like from where I live, it was like 3.5 hours, 4 hours to like Wichita, like Western Kansas. He would work all day long and then drive back because it would save like $80 on per diem or something. So he'd drive back and then he would sleep for a few hours and he would get up and he would drive back and then work like construction. So when you grow up and, it's like dad's not there, but like he's on the road working or everybody works. I don't know. I think that's just, you see it. And that's just what the expectation is. I don't remember anybody being lazy in that. Now that I think about it, I don't remember anybody, like the older folk maybe sit down if they had like an ailment, but like everybody was moving. They were doing something. So, I think that really what kind of rubbed off on me.
Yeah, man, it's about that right there. It creates a different type of work ethic. That's a very strong work ethic, especially if you see everyone around you moving, grinding, eating. It's going to make you get up. Like,
yeah, you feel like you're like, man, damn it, I need to do something.
It's like, let me do something. I can't let everybody be out here out working me. Like, I gotta be seen too. Kev,
Yeah, you gotta show your face, man. You got to.
Well, in that, like yoga, like you guys we were talking on the Humble Roses, but like you mentioned it in the intro, how that you were explaining how culture clash, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Culture clash.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's your umbrella, and then you just have all these off, and you're national. You have everybody off national. That's so cool. I don't know anybody else structured like that. Maybe that's normal. I haven't heard of it, but that's cool. Like, and you guys are all on the same team moving. That's a hustle. That don't just come easy.
Man,
setting all this up, that don't come easy. That's why I was honored. It's like, man, I can't believe you were to the park. Like, no, man. People ask me, I'm honored because to me, I'm still that little kid, like in that small town. I'm not like you guys see me on a stage, and I'm like, that is what I'm doing right then, and it is like a lot of who I am. But also, like, it's never been like I'm above you or this, and I'm on this stage because I was given opportunities to be there. So it wasn't. So I'm getting an opportunity to be on somebody else's platform, which is cool. It's the same thing to me as you asked me to come over to your house to DJ.
Yeah, listen, bro. We would love for you to come on the show and actually DJ.
I mean, for real, we need all the
kind of in the studio. This was my turntables back there and some records. Did a lot of streaming. Did a lot of streaming. Yeah, I was in a boring office last time for home. I was like, yeah, I can give him something different.
Okay.
See, I'm glad I showed up.
I'm glad Kev, go ahead. I'm passing the rock to you.
Oh, well, I got 1,000,001 questions, but for one, I just want to know: do you have because me? I always ask oddball questions, and since you're a DJ, can you tell me the worst job you ever took? Like the worst set you ever had to do? Like you knew this place was whack. This is terrible. I'm only doing it for the check. Yo, do you have a horrible job just one time?
So opinions vary on this about me, and that's fine. Everybody's got an opinion. But I can set it straight here. I never took a gig that I thought somebody else. I mean, I had to take gigs at the start. I took them as many as I could, but I still took into consideration the integrity and knew around me who was charging what. I knew I was the new guy. If the top guy in town in Kansas City at the time when I moved up here was making $500 to bring all this sound, I'm not a $500 DJ because that'd be disrespectful to him and what he put in. But I'm $300. I'm coming up here now. What do I got to do to get from 3 to 350 to 400 to 5? So I'll bring it full circle to your question, but it's important that we know. I was grinding. I mean, I said it the other day, but like my biggest year, not numerically with money, would be not that. I'm talking about show count. Mm-hmm. And I only do this because I like numbers and the analytics, and they're all to get in there and figure it out. But I did 507 in 1 year, and I was averaging 350 to 400 for almost 10 years straight. So when you do that, and I think last year was like 230, 240. So 20 to 25 a month used to be 35 to 40 to 50 sometimes. My highest month was 56 in 1 month is when we went to the Blue October in 15 when we went to World Series. Yeah, 56 shows 1 month. So I took every gig I could. Now, the point of me saying all that was so I could put in there that I'm not just grabbing and undercutting, right? So out of all those gigs that I've done, I can honestly say that I don't remember ever thinking, man, I didn't like going and playing somewhere where I knew that there was another DJ that was better. Hence, I booked DJs too. So I did feel right about that. Now, there's times I did it and I played the gig and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, can you cuss on here? Sorry. I was like, man,
yeah, go for it.
you know who had been, it's like my favorite word. Like, you know who would have been better? This dude. And then I could book that person, you know, and then, or sometimes I get there and be like, they didn't even need a DJ. But I don't really off the top of my head, and I can tell you some wild ass stories. I can tell you one story that came to mind. The only time I ever walked off of a gig, and it wasn't really walking off because my time was up, but they had asked me to play later, and I can tell you that story. But other than that, I don't remember being like, man, this is just for the paycheck. Now, there were days in my 20s where I was hungover as hell, and I dragged my ass and went and played, and you got to get it going and get a monitor blast in your face and get in the mood. But I don't remember ever thinking, and I'm being honest, I don't remember thinking, man, I just do this for the paycheck because it's dangerous. Like you get into that, into like now you're trying to teleport, maybe subconsciously, but I don't remember actually actively thinking, man, I just want this paycheck. Because pre-COVID gigs were plentiful if you were marketable and you did. I mean, that's how I was able to do. I couldn't do 500 shows now. Like, I mean, I physically could go do it, but I wouldn't want to with my daughter and family. But
right,
I don't. The gigs in Kansas City aren't what they were, or anywhere for that matter. I'm not picking on KC. I mean, there used to be a spot where we play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Taco Tuesday. But, you know, that sort of was. I don't remember ever showing up for that. Now, I did, you know, I'd work with people on a Tuesday if they had or a Monday or Tuesday on an off night that was dead. I'd be, hey, I'm here and play. And it helped get my name out in that specific area of the city. And I'd say, I'll come in for $250. If we ring, let's do a bar sale. Like if we do over $3,000, let's look at 8 weeks and over $3,000, 10% of that or whatever. We did that on a couple of things, and it was cool to build. Then everybody had some skin in the game, right? So as far as just showing up for the money, though, I never wanted to get into that. I know DJs that did, and I saw a lot of. I mean, I partied in my day. I'm not above it. And I'll still party now, but I'm saying like to party to get through the set. I never did it. I never drank a lot and slammed. Like I never wanted to, I drank to have fun and be social and like have a good time, all that social drinker. I never drank to teleport through the gig. Because I just didn't want to be there to get the paycheck at the end of the night. Now the one gig I did walk off of is kind of wild. Okay. So this family was new money and they're at this country club not far from me. I know it'll remain nameless. It don't even matter. It's probably 15 years ago. These kids, you know, like you could tell these kids like they were pretty unruly and they were drinking. They were underage, which I don't care. But it was at a country club. They just had bought a house in this country club, and these kids, the family wanted older stuff, and then the kids wanted newer, which I guess that would have been like whatever year that was, 2000. Whatever, 13, 12. And finally, you could tell like the tags were still on, like I said, like Ralph Lauren. They didn't rip it.
Oh, wow.
New money, right? Which, and that's great. Like, whatever. I probably paid the thing for like $1,000 or something. But the kid intentionally poured a drink right on top of one of my turntables.
What?
What the?
I knew he was underage, so what am I going to do? Hit him? So, like, I knew it. He's like 16 years old. So I just like shut my laptop because I figured the next thing he's going to pour it in is my laptop. So I shut my laptop, but it was like 11:55, and I told it was only supposed to go to 11. And so that would be my only gig that I've actually been like I'm done. Like, I'm out. And it was, and they all stood around the dance floor while I tore down, and I did not care.
Well, yeah, better you walk off than put your paws on them.
You owe me $500, and so they ended up paying me. It took a while, and I got some wild story from the bride or something, and I was like, that's actually not what happened. Here's the cameras.
I got the footage right here.
Right here.
It was really shitty footage, but it made the point. But whatever. Yeah, we don't have to waste any more time on that. But I never showed up to a gig for the money, but that's the only gig that I've ever been like walked off. Sure, you have your gigs, you're like, God, man, I thought this was gonna be more fun. But you still, part of it is you need to show up. And I think that's a lot of shit I see now as DJs. They don't have a pulse. Like, oh, he's dead. Okay, well, build your own night. You know what I mean? Like, this shit kind of gets me hot now because it's like they're not carrying equipment. I mean, I'm sounding like old crusty old dude, but it's true.
I'll tell the truth.
Hell no, tell the truth.
You show up a backpack like you used to. I'd show up with my truck at noon, and I would load in my QSCs, and I would set all my mobile sound up, and then I'd come back later and I'd play, then I'd take it out. And I would do that 7 days a week, doing this multiple times, which was cool. I enjoyed it. I like my own sound, whatever. Now I've done a lot of installs around the city, and you plug and play. Someplace I don't even play anymore, and that sound that I still hung, and the DJs plug and play. I wanted it easier for the DJs, and I didn't want them carrying equipment out and getting hit in the head and getting the shit jacked.
Right.
Wild, and you have 2 turntables, a mixer, 3 cases, two cases. I mean, it's like 7-8 trips to the truck, and then somebody, nobody's really paying attention. I didn't want them walking around like that. That's how it started with the installs and leaving equipment. But yeah, it's definitely, yeah, I don't know. I get a lot of thoughts on that. It's like, you got to show up and have a pulse. These people, whether it's a public, private, not every event is a Tacos and Tequila stage.
Right.
And I'm
there you go.
And very grateful for that opportunity. But I'll also turn around and go play a dead cocktail hour somewhere that somebody's company wanted me to do. And they're sometimes they're like, I know this is really lame for you. I'm like, actually, this is fine. I'm over here playing like 90s hip hop and doing mashups live, and I'm still having a good time. But I look like I'm having fun, because I am having fun. So I feel like there are DJs out there that do show up for the paycheck, because DJs, I think people think it's considerably easy money, which you'll get away with it for a while. And I know some DJs that still get away with it now that, they're okay. Like, and I'm not even talking about in KC or out of KC. There's different types of DJs. I'm not a purist by any means. Do your thing. If the crowd's rocking, I don't care what you're using. But at least I think you're going to want to be there. The standard, is like, that thing about being the owner. I always say, think about the owner walking in and seeing you and knowing he's paying you money and you're up there. Like you gotta want to be there. That's part of it. That's a lot of it. So I think that falls into they're showing up for a paycheck, because it's quick money. Show up for the set for $200, then you get into undercutting, and that's a whole nother combo.
All right, I just respect the fact that you got the same energy, whether it's 100 or 10,000. You bring the same energy.
It's a challenge. You're like, oh, there's 30 people. Okay, let's
get them 30 people rocking.
30 people. If you're a DJ coming up, you need to play the dead rooms. Not because I need you. Me personally, I think you need to pay your dues. That's important. Dues are paid differently now. That's not what I want. That's not what I think about. That's what people think, but that's not what I'm thinking. What I want you to do is have to play to that table of 45-year-olds, the table of 75-year-olds, the 20 don't give a shit about you, that want to just hear the last thing they heard, on their Spotify, which is cool. So you got to make all of them happy, but you got to do it by pissing them off every other track. And then you try to throw the fishnet wide enough where you can bring it in and get everybody on the same page and hope all their alcohol lines at the same time. You get a dance floor. So I always, that you're just missing opportunities of like learning how to move rooms and like draw them in.
That part.
It's packed rooms. You just throw bangers down. And it's like, I'm killing it. I'm like, it's a packed room. I hope.
No, that's right.
Like you get to build it from the start. Like, I don't use openers when I don't have to. I prefer to open the room. Like sometimes just time and logistics, that's how it is. And you want to meet the local DJ. Like they want to show you the room and I want to watch them play. They know the room better than me. So yeah, I'll see what they're doing. But I also enjoy opening for myself. So you can kind of see what's going on. I'm used to playing 4 and 5 hour sets. That is like it's kind of funny. The more my career goes on, the less and less like I'll fly in and I'll play like an hour and a half somewhere. I'm like, you want to play longer?
You're like, hey man, I could do this all day. I get my Captain America on. I can do this shit all day.
But all right. I mean, I've just been doing it a long time. I'll do whatever needs to be done. Normally, that's how I, make client happy, make people happy. So it's bigger than.
And that right there, like bringing the same energy, whether it's a big crowd, small crowd, 30, 50 people. I recently saw a video online. There was a DJ at a funeral. No, like literally DJing over the casket.
Oh,
wait, what?
Like,
yeah.
I wasn't doing that shit. No, that was like, I thought it was AI because you got to check everything anymore. I was like,
that too.
I was like, what is going on there? I was like, is that real? And I was like, holy shit, he really, it's like, I think it was his grandma. Or his
Yeah,
aunt.
yeah.
Wow.
She
Her
probably
name was
supported
Doris.
him,
Doris.
like, supported his dream. He probably lived with her. And then, man, here I am building this guy's like life out of analyzing. Probably, I mean, what else would he be doing? Why else would he think that is okay? She supported his dream. He made some crazy ass edits. When he set up on her, like, over it, I was like, dude, this is intense.
This is nasty. That's nasty work, man. What?
And then the crowd was like, and then the one lady you see gets up and walks off. I was like, it would be me. I'd be in the front row. I'd be like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I can't get up. Like, you have to sit there and take that.
That sounds like a train wreck to me. You just got to see it. You got to watch the accident happen.
It's like so loud, man. But yeah, I don't know. That's just proof that, yeah, I don't know.
I got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
I got nothing on that one, man.
Go ahead, JT. I passed the rock.
I couldn't, like, for me though, like, after watching the video, I was like, let me ask him real quick. Would you take a funeral gig? Like, because that didn't seem like he was hired. Like,
so,
okay,
so my will's pretty funny. I have things that are going to be played. So you'd be at my funeral and, like, Too Short's going to come on because everybody's going to be like,
oh, you get to say your favorite word.
Oh, for sure. I think it'd be hilarious. It's so out of pocket. I'd be like, yeah, that's what we're doing. So yeah. No, I played for my grandma and my grandpa's, but it wasn't, I didn't play. I created the playlist and I set up the speaker. Okay. I wasn't in any mode to play. I mean, I could have, but probably should have, but I didn't. I provided music. It was a real big thing too. You're talking about funerals, streaming. One of my colleagues here in Kansas City was streaming funerals. He took DJ streaming stuff.
That's crazy.
And at first I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, wait a minute. He just put all the family members. That was so cool. What a great idea. Yeah. He didn't knock him. He wasn't like banging him up for it. It was like just a nice, decent family rate. Went in and did it. I thought that was cool. That was neat.
Yeah, man, that's pretty
cool. As far as like playing heavy dubstep over your grandma.
No.
Nah.
I mean,
nah.
That's aggressive.
Nah.
That's real aggressive. So, I mean, being in this line of work, man, and you mentioned that you started out as a bartender, going into DJing. You have had the opportunity to rub elbows, be inside different rooms. Mm-hmm. What was one of the most, I guess you could say, like, oh my gosh, I just met this person?
I don't know. Like, I've got that question a lot. I think I never, and I don't mean this in a negative way because they deserve their props and they deserve their respect.
Right.
I never looked at, I always was around, like, I was friends with the football players at KU, but I didn't see them as the football players at KU. Like, when they're at the Orange Bowl. Like, that's kind of how it started. Like, I was, in the basketball team, like Boshi back in the day and Heinrich. Like, I played ball with those guys and we were friends. And I never glamorized it. I never was like, oh my God. Like, I never did that. So it wasn't something that I was like, holy shit, like, I just met that person. But I will tell you, this is when it becomes surreal. When it was the Tacos and Tequila Festival put me on stages where I was mentioning, I got respect from tour managers and artists. And, I just kept my mouth shut and played and asked if they needed anything. They'd come in if they needed help. I was there to help. And then it started becoming a conversation. Yo, what's up? Kind of become a family. Now it's kind of like, it's a house party, year 4 or 5. Well, it becomes surreal when you're literally standing there. Maybe you're on a weather delay. It was probably year 2. Maybe, I don't know what year it was, but it was early on. And it was like I was standing next to like the whole lineup. We were just in a circle and we're all just having a conversation. And I had a couple of friends with me and they're like, but we're like, they weren't ready for what this was. Like, and a couple of them used to be DJs. First stop was Houston this year. And a bunch of friends of mine, we all went down to our buddies, a news sportscaster down there. And this is like a normal day now. We're year 5 coming in, Houston, April 12th, Paul Wall's there. Dude, he goes out first and like Twister's there and he starts giving my boy shit. He's like, can I give your boy shit? I'm like, yeah. because we're all like first name basis now. You know, like I said, it's this backyard house party. You know, it's fun for me. I guess to answer your question kind of roundabout ways, there was never like a holy shit. But there was definitely like, it's, I wouldn't say it's heavy, but it's later on, you're like, Jesus. Or if somebody calls you, when you see that name pop up on your phone, you're like, what? And it becomes like normal, like you're just your friend. But then if somebody's around and I forget and take the call, that to them is like, wait, who is that? And I'm like, oh yeah. And there's no way to not act like, oh, it's no big deal. Like,
Right.
just, you know what I mean? I'm like, shit, I shouldn't answer that. But the close friends, like we know, they all have friendships with them too. You know, like a few of the rap stars. But I would say when I get to watch my friends interact with them and bring it to them, I'm at the point in my career where it's bring your friends to work day. Kind of
Oh shit.
always been that. Going to the local pub and playing music, which incidentally, a lot of that music is the people on this tour. And now you're standing with them and you're bringing your friends and this is your group. And they're recognizing, and they're asking, hey, yo, where are your friends at? Oh, no, they didn't make this one. They didn't make Cleveland, man. And I'm like, that's wild. You know what I mean? Hey, how's Monroe? Is she good? Oh, dude, she's doing great. I'll tell you, said what up. So that it's very wholesome to me that they took the time out of their life to get to know. They have to do that. I can just be the DJ, Tacos and Tequila, and did my thing and whatever. But I also made it a point to where I was there for them if they needed something. And tours can be like, they don't know what they're showing up to, you know, sometimes. So it's kind of, we made Tacos and Tequila different. That stage is ran tight, you know, and they're pumped for it. And you can see, because it has to have clout for people to get better artists and more artists. And that's where that's going. So shout out to them for tightening that up. Social House and Tacos and Tequila. Like it never was like not professional. I don't want to give it the wrong idea, but it was a new festival and you're supposed to get better, right? So now it's just dialed in, man. Everybody knows everybody's. So the artists absolutely love that, you know. So I love watching my friends. I do. I love watching my friends watch them have fun, and I like watching other people have fun. But it's cooler when it's people that have supported you and had a small part in your success to put you on the stage you're on. And I feel like it's only right to bring them along too. And then you get to watch them like geek out, you know. It's cool. And then you're like, because it's fun. It's always fun for me, and I never take it for granted. But like, yeah, I don't know. It was surreal. Like, yeah, I mean, after I played Petey's set, that was probably my first interaction with. I've run some sets before. That was pretty big. I ran his set, ran it pretty flawlessly with him, and we kicked it after that, and we became friends, and that was surreal for a while. I was like, he's gonna. I mean, we realized like, that was fun because we're in KC. You know, you have friends in KC. No, then he stopped by the house. Like he was driving from a gig to another, and he's in North Carolina. Like he stopped by, and I was like, damn, this is like a friendship. Okay, cool. Like so, that was surreal. You know, that's a legendary dude, man. I mean, that guy's I've learned a lot from him. You know, he's full of all kinds of stories and lessons, and yeah, that's been a really really cool thing. But as far as me knowing, I'm trying to think if there's caught me off guard. Like I met Justin Timberlake briefly in Vegas. That was brief. That was like, hey, how are you? I can't remember where it was. I was like 26, 27, but I never did geek out about it. I don't know if it was maybe because I wanted to be an entertainer in some way, shape or form.
Right.
So I didn't think it was, I never wanted them to see me as like, I wanted them
fanboy.
to be an equal. I'm not an equal. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying we're in the same space in a certain degree in different levels. You know, and the amount of respect that I've received and watched the artist give at this rate has been cool across my whole career. Not just Tacos and Tequila. I thought that was cool. You know, you got some outliers that are, you know, you can tell they're over it. But we're back to the paycheck thing.
Right.
All right, I'll take your $200,000. I'll do it. Okay, will you? Thanks. So yeah, but everybody, I think it's just been. It becomes more and more surreal, and it isn't anything I'm trying to push. I'm not trying to push the envelope for anything. I just continue to stay hustling and grinding and try to do a good job and, you know, execute as high as I can and have a quality brand. and that's it. Be professional. And it's opened a lot of doors for me. It's wild. If you'd asked me, I mean, DJing's a conduit, and I always joke the longer I DJ, the meetings, the less have to do about DJing. That's like the given. And now it's like I have a production company. I have I do some talent buying as well. So those relationships have fostered from being around them. There's a trust there. So I've been able to really make relationships, which is, as you know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it definitely is. And
Relationships,
you've had the chance to really make a lot of relationships over your time DJing. Um, who would you say was one of the first relationships that you were able to make on this platform of DJ outside of your mentors, of course, the people that put you on?
Yeah, like just okay. So I moved to Kansas City. I mean, like I said, nothing just happens, and I don't like knocking on doors. Like, I'm persistent, but I'm not like knock. I want to be here. I was very much. I tried to maneuver the correct way without stepping on toes and giving respect, and I really truly did. Now I could have misstepped several times, but I didn't do it intentionally. And I'd learn from it if I did, or somebody called me on it, and I preferred they did, so I knew. But that would be probably DJ High Noon, would be Brandon Noon. I met him. I was driving up from Lawrence, hadn't moved to Kansas City yet, and Mosaic still open, still knocking down the Power and Light District here. You ever been to Kansas City? Let me know sometime. Make a little 2-day trip. I'll show you around.
Oh, for sure.
Personal invite, yeah. And then so he was DJing, and I said, "Hey, what's up? I'm Ashton Martin. I'm out of Lawrence. Just moved up here, whatever." And he's like, "Cool. Here's my business card." I gave him mine. He called me the next day, and he said, "Yo, I got a gig." Cool. He like the next day, and I was like, "Cool, man. I mean, right now I moved up here with $1,500 to my name, signed a lease I couldn't afford, and started grinding right out of the gate. Like I was like, okay, I need to make $250 a week, and that'll pay my bills, give me a little bit, like, because I cut myself off completely. I wanted to be on my own, and so he offered me a job or to go DJ. So I was taking anything within reason, right? I wasn't going to go play for $50, but I 250, 300 range is where it was. And I didn't have cases for my turntables. And I drove a Mazda Miata, which was sick, by the way. So I had a turntable on the seat and a turntable on the floor, and I had a Newmark mixer in the back window. I think I had a Behringer monitor maybe. And so I borrowed his speakers, did the gig. He sent his girlfriend out at the time. She like, yo, he's good. He can mix music, whatever. So me and him were still best friends. He's divorced now, but his first wedding as best man. So talked to him today for 30 minutes. Like, love the guy. We're like brothers. We still are in. He's still DJing. He's still production. We work together. Again, back to relationships, collaboration, right? Mm-hmm. He would be the first one that really probably. He at the same time I got people that moved from Lawrence, because I was a social butterfly in Lawrence. A lot of people moved to KC after Lawrence, after KU. And I started playing at all these little bars around. So pretty soon I was doing like a Monday night at this dollar drink spot for college kids. And I was doing a Tuesday. And then I was playing in every part of the city 7 days a week is what it came up to. And I would say him and I were like right out of the gate building with each other, because he knew I had momentum and he had momentum, but we were different walks and our friends kind of like cross-pollinated, So then we had double the people, so we could throw parties, and to bring in 50, got 100, right? And so that I'd say Brandon, DJ High Noon was probably the first one that really, he put me on that first couple gigs and really helped me out. And he's still doing the same thing today, and we both still do the same thing. So I'd say him. I hope that answered your question.
No, you did.
I didn't really look up I'm for the culture. I love the DJ culture. I love the community. I never wanted to sound like anybody else. I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
So there's things you take from people that damn, that was cool. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know if I can do that. It was more of a challenge to see if you could do it. I'm like, shit, okay, you hear these DJs, man, he just did 1, 2, 3, I wonder if I can do it. Maybe. And then the cuts, like, I have my own cuts that are kind of like my own. I say my own, but like they just sounded good to me. And I never really was like traditionally, I guess, trained on cutting and grabbing and all this. But I still wanted to learn for for the technique and for the culture, like the respect of it. And no, that's why I still set up turntables if there's space, which is sad if there's space. There should be space for turntables, right? And I would say that would be Brandon's also aligned in that culture, but I mean a lot. He hosts like a Funk on the Rooftop night. He does a good job. But I don't. So I looked up. I didn't want to sound like anybody, but I did look up to a few DJs that I wouldn't say mimic, but I heard him play, and I was like, "Holy shit, that is what is in my mind, but I'm not there yet." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "This is insane," and I'm like, "What the hell did he just?" And it was like, but these are like DMC champions. Like, shout out DJ Scene. Like, me and him have been friends forever. And actually, Brandon brought him in for Brandon's 30th, and today is Brandon's birthday, and he's 40.
Birthday.
Yeah. He's 47 today, so it's kind of funny. A lot of line today. But we brought him in for 17 years ago. That's how long we've known DJ Scene. And the first time I played Las Vegas, I was 25 years old, and I went and played Studio 54 for his now wife's 22nd birthday. So I went out there. I would pass through. I was going to. It was like it was like 2000. It was 2009, 2010, and yeah. So I went to LA to play the W. Remember, I'm 25 years old, so I'm going to LA to play the W. Our buddy out there, Soul Man, had a bunch of connections, and then went to W in Scottsdale. Then caught on Tuesday. I stayed Monday night in Vegas. Tuesday night played with Scene in Studio 54. So that's where Hakkasan is now. So at MGM. So that was yeah. So that I watched him play, and I was just like, dude, this guy's incredible. It's crazy. So yeah, it's but that's from the old. That's the DMC days, and like watching dudes with records. And I remember hearing him play at Raul's, a little spot that used to be down south here, legendary spot. I remember standing there watching him play, being like, I'm shitty. I suck.
Hey.
Oh, you kill it. I'm like, no.
I'm not.
Yeah, no.
I don't even I knew what he was doing, but it was like, what? But now, like I'll bring him into town. I try to bring him as much as I can. We'll do the little parties, and God, it's so much fun because now it's like we'll play back and forth at the end, and it's just so much fun to be able to play. And like he's my friend, but like that's pretty wild. You're just randomly you're cutting back and forth and jamming with these these guys that are legends. So it's cool to be at that part of my career where we have kids, we're married, we've not seen it all, done it all, but kind of, and everybody's like more or less at the collaboration level, because at the bottom you're always you're fighting and bickering and bitching and moaning, and you're competing and little spats. The top, it's like we're all worn out on that shit now. Not at the top, like when you get older, whatever you're doing. It's just a lot of the combos I have, most of them now is just collaboration. Hey, what can we do together that'd be fun that we want to do? There's something we can do that we love to do. What do you want to do? Well, I got that. Let's do it. Let's throw a party. So that's what I really like doing. I like the curation now, and I'm kind of wandering all over if you want to knock me back on track. But
no,
I can just talk and talk.
You know what? It's that being able to have those connections and making those connections are very good, even at entry level, right? You coming in entry level, and that one connection got you to Vegas. Studio 54, first of all. Anytime you hear that, that's big.
Yeah. Like he held a residency there for like 5 years on Tuesdays, or maybe I could have been longer. I might have. I don't even want to. It was a while, and dude, they're crazy. Like there was just an industry night out there, and it was wild as hell. I don't remember how it was. I was pumped. I was like, dude, I'm gonna play Vegas, and like I feel like so the idea behind that was obviously love Brian or DJ Scene. And it was cool because Brandon kind of set that up because he did the same thing. So Brandon was trying to get this travel circuit down, and then I and him both were trying to do it. It's hard to do because you're a nobody coming out of Kansas City, and that's back then when DJs were moving. I'll give you a prime example. Scene, he moved from Seattle to Vegas to say he's from Las Vegas. So DJ Scene from Seattle is like, still a legend up there. But if you want to be marketed with an agency, So, and that brings up a good point too. I've never been represented.
Mm.
I was able to.
Okay.
I was able to build my own. I was able to build my own way and my own name with relationships
Mhm.
and navigate through this industry without having an agency put me on their platform and push me, and then me be indebted to an agency or whatever, right? So that I was able to make it through all of that and then create my own agency, small scale, but still create my own to where,
Mhm.
because it was past the point of that. Like, what would it like? I've had conversations with a few of the major labels, and I'm talking to the owners because we're not talking as DJ hat. I'm talking as talent buyer hat.
Right.
But combo wouldn't even. But we've went off track. Obviously, I'm good at that. And we've talked about like, if you're no good. This person's like, you do no good for me. But what am I going to do? He's like, you're doing really well. Like, it would make no sense for me to add you to this roster. And I was like, I wasn't asking that, but I appreciate you bringing that up. But I was like, thank you. I'm fired before I got the job. But no, like that, if you're on the coast or you're in LA or you're in, like, you gotta go and put yourself in the room and be like Child Group, and you got to have whatever agency's booking that. That's how you're getting booked. And if you listen to like podcast DJ DeVille, they break a lot of that down. There's a lot of DJs that are my age, a little older, that are going through and breaking down what it was like to be a DJ, and it's not what everybody thought. You know, that opening set for that $100,000 act was probably getting paid $750. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
and you're playing 2-hour opening set, 2-hour closer. You're playing 1:30 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but you're still getting now. It's not the fact that you're playing there. It's not the money. It's what can you do now, depending on your parameters of your contract, to make that work for you in a way and put you in and catapult you and propel you and boost your brand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be huge. Like, for them to like, but I don't know what they can do. It's like, if you just play Omni or they'll say Omni in Las Vegas, that's a pretty big deal. But I don't know if I don't know what they do with it. I watch some of those DJs and I'm like, do you use that? Like, do you like, yo, I play Omni and jump around? I don't see them on any tours. So I don't know. It's interesting to see where it's became too. Cause most agencies used to have their DJs and they still do. And you see them going on their circuits and rolling, but I just never had that opportunity. I would have had to move and I didn't want to do that. So I thought about it, but I didn't do it. But that's an interesting thing about me, because I get that question sometimes where, are you represented? I said, yeah, I represent myself, but I also represent others as well. And I push, creative freedom and everybody be their own entity. If you want to make X amount of money, then build your website, IG, do your content, build your brand up to where I can go, yeah, they're $1,500. And the person's like, hell yeah, and they're happy to pay it. I can't just magically say you're $1,500 and then they're going to be like, well, what is the value here? I'll be like, that's a good question. I don't know.
What do they offer?
It doesn't.
Right.
And so I've never launched an agency per se, but I do a lot of mentorship and like a lot of, I've done a lot of things to try to like help others to try to build their brand too, try to put them in a position to win. I feel like that's important, for the culture. It's a different type of
strong. It keeps it strong. It keeps it going, man. And that's the most important thing about it. Speaking as a small DJ myself, right? And I only say small because I don't do this like I DJ'd primarily because it was like, okay, I know music. I love music. Let me see if I can get into this real quick. And I know at the time I had a kid on the way.
Sure.
So it was a strip club.
Yeah, it's a service. Yeah.
So it was a strip club, like maybe walking distance from my house, right? And I end up going, I'm like, yo, you all need a DJ because I see y'all just using Spotify, right?
Yeah.
And that was like, yeah. And it really humbled me because when I say I started off maybe $50 for the night.
There you go.
For being there for like 4 or 5 hours, and I was dependent on tips from the girls, right?
Nope.
To making.
Oh, they would kick you back, yeah. So like your incentive was to nail their tracks, nail it right.
Yep, nail it right.
There you go.
Proud going,
like,
keep the score.
Yeah. Then you become the cool guy, which you're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
So I'm doing that, and then it goes from 50. Okay, we can give you 125 a night plus the tips from the girl.
That's double up. That's cool.
Yeah. So it took me a while to build that, but I say this for a reason. I end up getting out of it only because it became to the point where, okay, now I'm doing this 6 days out the week, and I'm at night, and I have a newborn,
And you're
and I have a daytime job.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're burning. That candle been burning like.
Yeah, both ends. I'm tired every morning. Like I'm coming home smelling like the VIP champagne room.
Yeah.
And hard work, like just DJing, but trying to keep that crowd going, like no matter what the setting, because I've had the chance to do private parties as well. Nothing on the scale that you're at. Trust me about that. We're talking.
It's kind of all the same. I don't mean to. It's kind of all the same. Like you're still working a crowd. It's different, but the same. That's it. But I mean, it's harder to work smaller rooms and smaller crowds. That's what I was saying earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you can do that. You can do anything.
So when you look at the art of DJing now, right? You mentioned the equipment. People not really bringing the equipment now. You have people that don't even use the turntables. They just strictly use the virtual DJ, or now it's on your tablet. Yeah. Is that like a cheat code in a sense? Because when you go back to the art of DJing, you know what I'm saying, it was having the turntables, having those records, actually stretching, which I actually got to see you do live in person.
Yeah. Man, it's just such I don't really care. I know that's kind of a funny little thing to say, but like, here's my thing. It would be an endless argument, but I've seen DJs rock rooms with an iPad. Mm-hmm. I've seen them. I've watched it, and I'm like, and the crowd was going ballistic. Now, if you're on a stage, like I played this little spot in Westport here. It's been around it's the oldest building in Kansas City, Kelly's. Mm-hmm. I set my turntables up there, and I'm on a 6-foot table with a linen. There's a chain in front of me, and it's a bunch of college kids.
Okay.
When I bring a Rev 7 or a controller, CDJs, S11, any of that, it's a different view from them. It's a different energy from them. They're like, this looks like lights to them in a laptop. Right? When I bring turntables, which I enjoy more to play on, it's my favorite. It's a whole nother thing. Like my energy is the same, but what I'm doing and how I play is a way different show you're going to get on turntables and CDJs. This is what it is. But it turns into a boiler room set and they're all looking at you because you're giving a show. Does that make sense? So like for me, I don't consider myself like any better than any other DJ because I use turntables or this or that or the other. I have preferences. I can tell you that most DJs right now want CDJ 3000s and an A9 and or an S11, which that's what my setup was on the stage, was an S11 and CDJ 3000s. I'm not a massive fan of 3000s. I don't like the pitch on the side. I would prefer to have turntables up there, but the side fills and the old Texas headphones are way too much for phase. I could probably use some of the new Pioneers with the built-in. I'm toying with that since that new stage, that setup is a new setup where there's 3 sections. I think I'm probably going to set up turntables, so that'll be on tour with me next year. So I don't prefer, like Trina's DJ uses an iPad. I don't know if you caught that. Was she on that bill? Was it she in Cleveland? I don't remember. But he takes one line in on a channel 4, always channel 4 on a iPad and just runs a set. All the effects are on there, runs right off an iPad and an 1/8-inch jack. And
wow.
He's running a set. He's not in a club DJing.
Right.
You know? And so like I've watched, I mean, the Rev 5's awesome. Like I see a lot of the guys that are older than me, you know, they've been around DJ longer than me. They're going to, you know, they'll do the Rain and maybe the Flex 10 or the FLX 10 and then, or a Rev 7. Rev 7 with Pioneer actually has the motor, they'll actually turn. So it's more like turntables. The Rev 5 is stationary like CDJs. I've seen, those are like the main ones that everybody has. They're easy, they're versatile. You can travel with them, you throw them on a plane, you can carry them on. As far as like, it just depends on where you're at. Like if I was going to like a hip hop show, in my opinion, if I'm going to a hip hop show, I'd want to see turntables.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
It makes
I see that.
have an 8-foot table up there with like a little bitty controller and it's like, and the guy's 6'3", and it's all sitting flat on the table, and I'm like, and there's really not mixing going on, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, I get it. It's a big deal for him. I'm glad he's there. Good for him. But there's a lot of, actually there's a lot of real actual vinyl nights now, 45s, people run 45s back to run a 12-inch. So I like seeing the vinyl nights. Again, I'm not a purist at all. If I'm going out, I have a low expectation, and I think most do. If you're a DJ, you go out and you don't expect a lot in other markets, and you're like, holy shit, this guy's good. All right, that's cool. What's he got going on? Man, he's using CDJs. That's cool. I feel like there's always something to learn. And there's always something to learn, but there's definitely, I have a preference, I do. I prefer turntables in an S11, but I'm just not, that is such a, man, I'm in a DJ group here, and that comes up every now and then. It's like, I'm definitely mocking right here, but I'll be the old crusty guy, right? Like, man, all you kids now just bring in your thumb drives. You don't even have equipment, which is true. Most DJs that are building out their own tracks and shit, but they're also producing their own I wasn't producing my own tracks, putting them on a thumb drive, and then going playing the local spot with all my friends geeking out in front of me. It's just a different time. And they look at you like, why the fuck would I buy $10,000 of equipment when the goddamn place has it? I know the music, it's mine. If you're not cutting and scratching and shit, and you made the music and you have 10 tracks that are all at 70 BPM and 128, the fuck do you need 4 CDJs at home for? I mean,
there you go.
If you need to troubleshoot, I'm just playing devil's advocate. But now I will tell you why. So when you're in front of 10,000 people and your shit fucks up and you don't know how to troubleshoot it, maybe you would have been on it longer. So I don't know. So I don't know. It just depends on the person. But I say EDM kids, like the hip hop kids or whatever. The new and upcomers are all, a lot of them I helped on the back end a little bit, the business side, and mentored a little bit. They're all, dude, they're producing their own shit, a lot of them. I never did that. I don't really have the mind for them. As you can tell, way too ADD for that shit. They'll sit there and listen to the same thing over. They're like, "Did you hear that?" I'm like, "Dude, I can't do this.
I don't got the patience. I'm good. I'm good."
Now I can sit down with a producer and be like, "Hey, I want to build this intro for Halloween. I want to start with this. Leave me 8 bars here. Can you bring it up and get it from 100 to 128 here?" Yeah, cool. That sounds right. That's just what I want. And then I go do all my stuff over the top. That's just kind of how I've always done. But no, man, I'm not a purist on it. I think I understand where you're coming from. I get it. But I don't feel like there's a conversation there, because there's a different application, so many different applications for DJs now.
Yeah. Virtual DJ was like first.
There's actual applications, but also applications as in a bar, a lounge, this, that, like if you're just providing background tracks at a place where people are having dinner, like a Labo in New York has CDJs and 900. I went and played on that. They could have very easily got away with like a little SRT controller, but you're not up there ripping it up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just think it's where you're at, what you're doing, and what the expectation of the set is. But my rider definitely has turntables, S11, and or CDJs, just because that's a standard. So there's what it is. I don't love them, but I mean, I'm cool with them. I'm all right. I'm all right.
You handle this thing with it. I feel it.
It's like grabbing turntables. I like grabbing the record, and there's more finesse to it. So it's fun.
Yeah, and then you really get to show off and show what you got, like, because
you can infuse a culture, like you're saying. You can get it and do it. Yeah.
And then you also able to feel more through that too. To me, like you feel more, especially if you're feeding off the people and they're seeing your movements on the turntables. Like that to me is feeding me during the time while I'm DJing. Right. Has there ever been anything in this industry period that's just made you go,
"Oh my"?
That was good. I wouldn't expect that. Well done. I was like, what the hell? Oh from what standpoint? Okay. No, I've definitely seen it all. And I'm definitely a pretty open-minded guy, and it takes a lot to get me to go, what the fuck? You know, I'm trying to think. I'll be as candid as it will. I'll be as, yeah, I mean, I've seen everything happen in a club. Everything happen in a club.
I feel it.
I can see without saying it. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then I just start playing music that goes along with it.
I don't even want to know, man.
Hey, listen. I read everything that you said. What I gonna have to read? I got you. Say less. Say less.
You saw somebody get stumped out. You play a little crime off, huh?
And hopefully I don't have to get into anyway. Point is, I play to them until people. Pretty soon, people around are like, "Why the fuck is he playing all this?" Like, what? Because I'll pick a word and I'll just keep rolling with it. Next thing you know, everybody's like, "Oh shit, this," and then hear the bouncer's light, and I'm like, "Oh, man."
Oh shit!
I mean, that's not even like an oh wow. Like, dude, I've been doing this so long. Like, I feel like 20 years, almost 20 years. Like, you've seen throw up, you've seen people black out, you've seen people fall down, you've seen people, you've seen it all, done it all. I would say the funny things people say, like, oh, for instance, like a girl will walk up and she'll have water.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hey, watch it, don't spill the deal. Oh, don't worry about it, it's just water.
It's water. Like,
it's water.
Well, like only vodka fucks my shit up. Oh, it's not a Red Bull vodka. Okay, that's a deal. Pour the water in the laptop. That'll work. Yeah. Like, it's just stupid shit people say that they don't think about, which is fine. Like, I never will understand people like that go out to not have fun. Go the fuck home. Like, if you're not in a good mood,
preach.
Holly, nobody wants to see you cry in the fucking corner. Your three friends don't want to hold your hand. Go home. You know what I mean? So, and then you're fucking with the energy and shit. It's like, I'd rather see a quick fight than somebody crying and shit. It's like, so you brought this shit to the bar? Like,
you could have stayed your ass home.
They told the press ass home.
People parked their car, paid for parking, ate a dinner, picked out an outfit, got ready, got dressed, had this plan, made this reservation, got here. And my job is to entertain them. You're fucking that up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, like most people are ignoring it, but like they'll stand right in front of the booth. Like, just fucking upset. Like, I'm like, dude, you can huffy shuffle your ass right over the fucking door. Go. Yeah. I'm gonna tell him that. Well, fucking tell him. What are you gonna tell him? That dude don't give a shit about what you have to say. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. I'm gonna own you. I don't know what the fuck that means, but sure.
Wow.
You ever had to be like security?
We can do the typical talk. The phone in your face and the fucking, like, a grown-ass woman putting, like, you look stupid. Like, did you think that through? Man, maybe if I type it on my phone and hold it to my fucking forehead, this DJ will think it's fucking hilarious. No, we think you look stupid.
You look ridiculous.
You're a 45-year-old woman with a phone on your fucking head. Telling me to play Pink Pony Club that I just fucking played 10 minutes ago. But I didn't play the second verse, so you're mad about it, so you're stomping around like a child. Good story, by the way.
Man.
I played the acapella Pink Pony Club over 4 or 5 different tracks.
Oh.
Never played the original until the end when she was walking out the door. Because that's how rude she was. It was fun. Nobody else knew what was going on, but she's like, will you play Pink Pony Club? I was like, I'm playing it right now. This is literally the song. She's like, oh, okay. And then she's like, well, can you play it longer? I'm like, it's still playing. She's like, can you play a little longer? I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm playing it right now. Like,
those be the drunk ones.
I'm like, yeah, which this is not a big deal. This is like first world problem shit. I'm DJing, playing music for my friend. Like, come on, we're having a good time. It's just funny later. I'm like, what did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's kind of funny because it's all the same thing internationally, I feel like. It's the same verbiage. You should play this, everybody will dance. Will you play this? Can you play this or I'm going to leave? It's my birthday. I'm like, we know this. It's 9:45. I haven't even started. Chill. You start drinking at noon, so you think it's midnight.
Hell no.
I'm not really known for opening sets on party bars like that. Like, or we don't, like, I personally don't. I mean, I'm known for it or not, but when people have been drinking all day long and you're like, we're around here like Kelly's or Plaza or O'Dowd's or something, these party bars that are like restaurants during the day and our pubs, you don't open for an hour like and bring them all in. No, you just right out of the gate. Now that can mean like, 2000s hits, but like you're not playing weird shit to warm them up. This person's blacked out, been drinking. This person just walked in. So there's people all over
different levels.
Yeah.
Yep, different levels.
So you might as well keep the volume a little lower and just play shit that you can dance to and just keep moving. So, or you're going to get this.
Oh my.
Yeah, let me never stand by the wall.
So weird.
Kev,
can you imagine being like an adult, going like a grown adult going out to the bar and like DJ and being like, yeah, man, this is sick. Like, I like it. We're having a good time. We spent $100 on dinner. Girls are out. Yeah. Fuck this DJ. I'm going to go tell him what to play.
Yeah, just throw his motherfucking ass out.
I don't
go
get it. And I mean, I'm not anti-request either. People think that. No, I'm not anti-request. I'm all about the approach. I'm not about fuck what you request. I don't know every goddamn song in the world. They come out 5 million a day. I don't know. Look at Spotify. I don't know what's on there. I don't know what your Zumba class plays 2 p.m. on Saturday. I don't know.
BPM on the song. Is it gonna mess up my transition? Like this,
well,
this is.
I'll play whatever. I like the challenge. I think it's fun. It's just it's like it's the approach. You just come bulldogging me, screaming in my face, spitting on me. Then I'm like, no.
Whoa.
Like no, not like, but like drunk will spit, right?
Right.
Yeah, they don't mean to. I mean, we all do it, but it's. I'm like, yo, man, like, collect yourself. I know I'm like, collect yourself. What do we want to hear?
You know what?
I just played that. No, you didn't.
You missed it. I played it.
You weren't here.
You gotta take my play.
Honestly, it's not that serious. You just run it again and fucking move on.
No, I even got to the point when I was DJing because people would be like, "Oh, I want to hear this. I want to hear this." I'm like, "Well, it's this girl's set, so I got to play what's on her set. But if you want to hear a song, I get you after that." Then it became like, okay, they keep coming back. Okay, look, there's a bucket. You want a song? Throw some money in the bucket.
Yeah,
and I got you.
There you go.
You can just tell people, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about being considerate. We're talking about having just a little respect. Like, that's the same person, yelled at the bartender, like, the bouncer or whatever. It's just having some etiquette. There it is.
Decorum.
And I feel like
decorum right there.
Decorum and etiquette. I feel like etiquette was lost because COVID. A lot of kids turned 21. And then it changed the game of how you went house party wise. So then you basically let a bunch of fucking wild animals out into the club that ain't never ordered, never tipped, never done shit. They're like, what can I get for $1? Nothing. Move.
The fuck out.
No, it's literally like explained. Like, I've noticed, I'm like, man, there's no reason why this kid would probably know. He's 21. How the fuck would he know? So I'm like, hey, come here. I was like, how old are you? And then, I've done this several times. I'm not mad about it. I'm just like, you probably have no club experience or no bar experience.
No.
Good or bad, but like, you probably just don't know. And that's what I'm watching. I'm like, damn. Because they're like, oh, well, the dynamic's different. And it is kind of funny. Like, the guys will dance over here and the girls will dance over here. And I'm like, here's
what happened.
Go buy some shots. Probably 2 shots, whatever. Buy some shots. And then come back over here. And the girl that's been staring at you, give her and her friends a shot. And then you guys should merge your groups because there's 10 girls and 10 guys. Like, I watch it a lot.
You literally gotta be the play-by-play man.
I'm like, yo,
got a wingman and play music at the same time.
Yeah, the guys will jump up and down and just jump and go crazy, and then the girls will do it. I'm like, what are we, high school? It's kind of nice.
I know.
It's just funny. It's just how they do shit. I'm not mad at it. I think it's wild. There's 10
it's a different time.
And 10 guys that are single and we're split down the middle here. I'm like,
it's like, do I have to draw a map? This.
I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, play something I can jump to. Okay.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, you got you.
Like, gross. Like, whatever.
Cal,
I
pass
mean,
it.
I ain't gonna lie, they got to have $100 to go out. Shit, they probably just chugged whatever they did, or they're sober. Maybe I don't know. Because think about it, double Red Bull vodka is probably $15. Shit.
Yes, it is.
I mean, well, I know what it is, but probably where the spots I'm talking are probably 15, 18. But like, you get that shit in Vegas, 40.
40. Yep, that's about right.
Yeah, that's about right.
You know, it's like, well, they do the Red Bull different. So it's 2 shots for 24, and then the Red Bull's 20.
God.
Which is insane.
That's
You can have the can.
Really? So you're gonna rob me and give me the can?
Wait.
Nice.
sure. I got the can. Good stuff.
That's like a status. Like now you hold the Red Bull. You're like, God.
Yeah, you see me.
What else you got for me? You got any? What is what's? I feel like you said you had. I thought you had a question that was diving. I don't know that.
Yeah, go ahead, Kev. It's on you, my brother.
Oh, well, I seen this when I was doing a little homework. You did a set called, and I don't know why this event was called this, or I need context. You did an event called the Diaper Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Can you please explain what is the Diaper Bowl?
Sure. So it's a charity. It's So it's Happy Bottoms charity, and they help provide diapers for families and mothers in need for the
Oh,
baby.
sweet. Okay.
So, yeah. So that was when I produced that whole show. We had I had Lost Wax, a band I've worked with for quite a few years. I work with a lot of musicians. I have different concepts where DJ collabs and musicians. So she wanted a disco party, and the main planner organizer for Happy Bottoms, and they wanted to call it Diaper Bowl, and so I brought in the LED. Did you see the hype video, a little reel I posted? So like it was, yeah. So that's what it was. We raised
Okay.
sweet on a Thursday for diapers, and then I donate time.
Oh, that's cool.
Time where you go wrap diapers to be shipped out, and you can donate your time, so you can bring your crew in. And I think we wrapped last time I was there, I think we wrapped 10,000 diapers in like 3 hours or something like that.
Damn.
That's what's up. That's what's
If you didn't
up.
know what it was, you'd be like, "What the hell?" But
Yeah, that's why I was like, let me put in the context so no one thinks I'm passing crazy.
yeah, that's what it is. It's it's a diaper bowl, and it's kind of one of those things like around here, if you know, you know. Heart Ball's easy, American Heart Association. Most things, most charity events, kids TLC, obviously kids involved. I do quite a bit of philanthropy or philanthropic events, or just in general, try to stay active with the charities. Yeah, so that was a good question though. Yeah, because you wouldn't know, like, what the hell's a diaper bowl?
Right, because if I'm like, I hope no one thought I was being weird. I was like, I saw that. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna ask.
No, you can ask me anything. No, that was cool. That was a really fun event. That was the second year,
Good.
and it was cool. It was really cool. It's fun.
That
Disco themes are back. Obviously, I'm in Dallas at Tower Club for New Year's Eve again, and I played last year, and they did a night at it was like not a 007. It was I'm blanking on the name, but it was a casino theme. But this year is a disco theme, so I'm gonna have fun.
Shit.
That's me cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you gotta go in your bag, man.
we've been doing them in the private sector for a while, but it's definitely been more public now. I think disco's safe, and it's fun, and it's good music. And it's an excuse for good shit. You know what I mean? It's fun. And there's so many new remixes and edits and covers, and like you play disco of disco of disco for a while. People love it. Nobody's gonna be like, I've never seen anybody boo me for that, which is cool.
No, disco music is definitely safe, man. That 70s era was
Well,
something
it's fun to
crazy.
move with. It's happy.
Yeah,
It's not like, man, I'm pissed. Like, no, it's happy music. Donna Summer was like, damn, right?
No, that's how it was. Like in the 70s, like
was,
everything was so upbeat. Even like a little bit into the 80s, the early 80s stuff. Like all
80s.
that stuff was upbeat. 80s hip hop.
Yeah.
It kept you moving.
80s hip hop was all like 128, 130.
Mm-hmm.
You can go, yeah.
Man, that era of music was definitely need more of that. I miss it. Speaking of you think it's starting again?
I get excited when more up tempo stuff gets like popular. I'm like, oh, thank God. Like 100 BPM is cool, but like the low tempo shit, I'm like, God, dude.
Get on.
So it just drags. You're like, fuck.
Speaking of music, I'm gonna show you a picture.
Oh boy.
What does this picture mean to you?
Oh, Freak Like Me, Dina Howard. Yeah, that's one of my favorite tracks. Yeah. Oh, on Humble Roses. Yeah. So that was, remember I told you I was like learning hip hop.
hmm
And I really wanted to know about it, not just know the music, but like know like why it was what it was, where it was from, where it was from. And you just can't do that today, obviously, or a year or whatever. But that's something I've continued to do. And Adina Howard was one of the first tracks I was like, what the fuck? Kind of like Vibrant thing. I was like, whoa. Children's story. East Coast, obviously West Coast was more popular and running through the KC scene. I feel like on the club side, but East Coast hip hop, when you really figure it out, and then this tour actually helped me figure out, or I would go look into what rappers were from where, like, oh, who the hell's from Cleveland, or who the hell's from da da da, right? That was obvious, the Southern boys, them, but that was fun. But as far as Adina Howard, like that's when I like came with MC Light, the Brat. Most people know Queen Latifah as an actress. Get into Queen Latifah, that girl she could slang, man. She was,
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and so like I just really love that sound.
Yeah.
So I do.
That era of music, and you mentioned Queen Latifah. People don't realize that no, she wasn't just an actress; she was an artist. She's responsible for Naughty by Nature.
Nature, yeah. So I knew you were gonna. I couldn't remember who it was. I wasn't immature. It was Naughty by Nature.
Yeah, Naughty by Nature. So no Queen Latifah. I don't think we get Naughty by Nature hits like OPP and hits like Hip Hop Array.
Yeah, not wild to think, but that's the stuff I like to know. And those are the stories you get when you sit there and start talking to artists, like why this came to this and why it's like that. I'm like, holy shit. Because you just have the song and you play it as a DJ. You're not like, you sometimes feel like, okay, where was this? What went through somebody's head to make this? Because you're playing other people's music. But like, I didn't create this. So the guy that did, whoa. Or how did this come to be? Like that whole production side is crazy. My computer's full of it. And it's endless. And, and it's just like, damn. So I don't know. The whole thing is just wowing to me, and it's endless. The possibilities are endless.
So it's spooky season, right?
Sure.
Okay. Off top, and I'm not sure if you're into horror.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Not like you can't quiz me on.
No. I'm not going to quiz you on like.
I got Google right here. Go ahead.
I mean, we got Google. We got everything available.
Right, you can just look it up. It ain't no big deal.
I'll just be like, I don't know.
So, to you,
yeah,
what are your top 3 horror villains?
Oh, villains. Okay, Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
And then this is just from my childhood. I remember like sneaking around the corner to watch it when mom and dad would. So it's like he's always been like the first time it was like scary to me. After it was kind of funny. It wasn't like slasher film where it was like, that's cheesy. I would say Freddy, probably Jason. I mean, I know it's kind of maybe cliche, but that's we didn't get a lot of movies where I was from. So he kind of, there's a lot of recycling. The third one I have trouble on. I would say like maybe Saw. Those hit because I was in college.
Jigsaw, yes.
Jigsaw, yeah.
Those not trilogy. There's like 5 or 6 of them. I liked it. Like that was one I saw when I was in college. They launched in college, probably. Yeah, I don't remember when the first one came out, but I remember watching that, being like, "Yo, somebody could do this. Somebody could legitimately do this." I remember that was the first thing. Because all the rest of the shit's like stab, stab, stab. No, this dude was just sit around, and I thought it was wild. You go back and watch the first one, and they did it on a low ass budget.
Yeah,
when they really amped up.
They didn't think that was going to be a second. They didn't
expect that to blow up, and it got legs. I think the latest one was maybe 10 years ago, so it went on for a while. Maybe I'm wrong with that. But there was like a 5, wasn't there? The girl did it down the line.
Yeah, the girl from the first one ends up being like the new person to take over.
Yeah, end up taking over the mantle. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it circles back. The one with the keys, like this, it's just thought provoking and wild. Yeah, I would say that's the first time you're kind of disturbed, where you never. I mean, you leave it there, but it's also like, there's people out doing this shit. Somebody thought of this. You know what I mean? Somebody thought of this. Somebody wrote this movie. So
which lets me believe that it is very possible because we got some smart people out there. Like, if someone wanted to engineer the whole setup from that movie, they actually could.
They could really do it. Yes.
unfortunately, I'm sure they've tried in some way, shape, or form. Like, I mean, that's kind of shitty to say, but there ain't rules everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
That falls into the wrong hands. Somebody's like, I got an idea. I'm like, bye.
So then, to follow up from that question, would be still spooky season related. Um, I'm going to give you two characters. You're going to tell me which one you would go, which character that you're picking over the next one. Okay. First one, Chucky. Second one is going to be Ghostface.
I got to pick Ghostface because my daughter's favorite. Now, you might think I'm a bad dad.
No, not at all.
But she thought it was.
I'm curious.
No, it popped on after Netflix was just rolling. And
Okay.
it just popped on, and I think my wife, it popped on, and I was out of town. And she's like, I remember I called him, and she's like, we're watching Ghostface. And I go, what? She's like, yeah, I know you do. I'm like, what? She's watching that? And then I thought, it is cheesy. There's like, you stab somebody and like, it looks like maple syrup. It doesn't look like blood. It's pretty cheap. I mean, but it just didn't. Now that's what she's going to be for actual Halloween night.
That's dope.
Whoa. So
That's fire. That is fire.
Really like what? Here I'm looking. My eyes are down because I'm looking for the photo.
Says you don't do scary movies. I feel it.
Yeah. Oh, here you go.
Wow.
So she's in the background.
Wow. That's fire. That's fire.
And to give a little bit of context, so they do the like 13 days of dark Advent. So that's her and a mommy thing. So like, I'll show you a couple other photos. So she was all the Disney princesses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
That is cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
So she's all as many, quite a bit. So here's, so like Aladdin and
Princess Jasmine.
Yeah, Jasmine. There it is.
That's dope. That's dope.
Guys blinking. But yeah, we do. Oh, there's another one somewhere. Anyway, that's Renaissance Festival Sunday. But yeah, so they do. She was all of them. She was Sleeping Beauty. She laid there with her flower. And there's always the skeleton in the back dressed up as something different. So her and mommy have fun doing that. So I have to go with Ghostface.
Okay, going with Ghostface.
I do like Chucky. Chucky freaked me out when I was growing up too. That was Ghostface was I still remember being like jumping on that,
See, the only reason why Chucky really messed with me as a kid because we actually had like real life my buddies out here.
Oh,
like,
for you actually had him.
No.
Oh, wait.
No, I didn't actually have a my buddy of my own. Like we had a my buddy at school.
So wait, that was a real thing.
Yeah. So yeah, they literally took that from.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought they came after the film. That's amazing. I didn't know that.
No, my buddy was first, and then they took that and used it the good guy dolls. And yeah,
okay.
That makes sense. Okay.
That messed me up. That messed me up as a kid.
I do remember thinking things would come alive after seeing that. Like my little, I had this like little tiger thing and like this little little ape or like little zoo things that you get like little stuffed animals. And I remember thinking this one would move. I can remember thinking that when because I'd seen Chucky.
Yeah, man. That really threw me off as a kid. Next one, I'm gonna throw at you real quick. Spooky season.
Yep.
Okay, spooky season. We're gonna go with this: candy corn or caramel apples. Which one you not eating?
Oh, which one am I not? No caramel corn. Yeah, no. Did you ask which one I want or not want?
Not one.
No, I don't want no caramel corn. That stuff's gross. Or candy corn? Candy corn. It was caramel apples. I want caramel apples. Don't want candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn is just basically wax. If you eat that, something's wrong.
Yeah, you're eating wax.
That's basically wax. You might as well eat a candle at that stage.
Yeah, that's gross.
Okay, if you can be any one of these, which one would you be? Werewolf or vampire?
Oh man, that's a good question. Probably vampire because you can fly.
Okay. All right. Uh, last one for spooky season. Uh, I like saying spooky season.
Yeah,
But
we're big fans around here too. I'm appreciating this.
um, let me see. Okay, Stranger Things or It.
It all day long. I thought I'd watched one episode of Stranger Things and I was like, "What is this?" I was not a fan. I didn't have the. I did. It was too slow for me. I remember the whole.
The first season is a very slow build up.
It was. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think I watched a season and maybe a couple because mostly my wife was watching it. It was a thing. Everybody was watching it. We even did like a Stranger Things party. I was a little bit a part of, and I was like, "What do you want me to play for this?" I was like, "What?" They wanted the staff wanted to do a theme, and I'm like, "Have you heard the music? It's like, it's like just." So yeah, I had to look into it a little bit, but I wasn't a fan. But It all day long.
It all day long.
Yeah.
Okay. Wanted to ask you something totally unspooky season related. Do you remember? Let me scratch that and rephrase this question. What would you say is the biggest difference from growing up during your time till now doing things as an adult?
As a DJ or just in
general? Just in general. Like, because we all say, hey,
sure,
I cannot wait to the day that I'm grown.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would be the one thing that you can look at adulthood and be like, man, I did not know this was what all this was in store that came with this?
I would say just what it takes to actually live the life you want to live. I mean, I can elaborate. Like you don't realize I was taught the value. I was taught the value of a dollar. Like I mentioned where I was from, but I wasn't really. I'm trying to think how to. Okay, so I would say just what it took to like keep a family going. And honestly, it started by like paying your own bills, and then I think it's a misconception of what it really does take to be self-sufficient and self-sustained and be able to have be great, like be able to have groceries in the refrigerator. There's always milk in the refrigerator. You have some people don't have running water, so you have hot water. There's kids that go to school probably don't have that. Oh, I know they don't. Being able to not even just have the bare things that you need for bare things that you need for life, what it takes, how much money it takes, and what kind of grind and persistence it takes to live the type of life that you want to live, whatever that may be. There's no right or wrong, whatever makes you happy. That's the beauty of it. But yeah, that would be how I would say it. That's what I would say. It was what I think it's, like when you're little, you don't know what you don't know. And, you'd want to go to an amusement park. Well, I know now why they didn't let me have this or that. Well, it's $20 and we didn't have, maybe we didn't have $20. You know what I mean? You can have one thing. I mean, I lived I never wanted for anything. I had clean clothes. I mean, I'm not giving that, but I'm not saying that, but we had humble upbringing. Like, mom worked at Walmart. I mean, she worked at the snack bar. Dad was a construction worker. Then mom decided she was going to be a nurse with two cousins. They put themselves through nursing school. And then dad worked at a nuclear power plant. So there's a nuclear power plant in where I'm from in Burlington. And so basically everybody works there. So I just remember thinking that I knew that cars got nicer as they moved up the echelon of life and made more money probably. But you don't know until you do it yourself, like what it takes to live in, to have a house, to have a home, to have a mortgage, to have a car, to have not just a car, maybe you want a new car, what that costs, what insurance, like all the things of life that you have to learn along the way. Like property tax, bullshit, the shit we don't like to pay. I think that really would be it. But it feels good, and I'll round it out with this. It feels good to be like, and to give yourself like your own flowers, so to speak, or give yourself props for like, wow, I was able to do this. Even if you're living in your own apartment, that's cool. That's a stat. I lived in my own apartment, paid my own bills, and that's an empowerment thing. You know, you're self sufficient. You know, and I think hopefully, you know, the generation now bringing it to up to speed. Like, you know, I don't know what the stats are, but there were stats where some kids aren't even getting driver's license. You know, they're just like, why? You know, why would I get a driver's license? You know, I remember seeing that stat a few years ago, and I don't know what it is now, so don't quote me on it. But man, that was everything. I was driving as soon as I could. I had a farm permit at 12, 13 years old. You know, like that was freedom. You know, driving. So it's funny how that's looked at different. And I hopefully, you know, being self sufficient, being somebody that gives into the community, and being an active citizen wherever you live is something that doesn't fall off.
Right.
So, and you don't have to go kill yourself every day, but I mean, it depends on what kind of life you want. You know what I mean? You want $100,000 cars and crazy shit. And you like to travel. Well, I'd go make some money because it ain't cheap. So nothing's getting cheaper. So I would say, I don't know if I answered it what you wanted.
No,
but
you definitely answered it.
the biggest thing I think of would just be it wasn't a misconception. It just you don't know till you do it. Like, and it's the journey along the way to where what it really actually takes to go and like make it whatever that is for you. So and hit your goals. Like I think people think it's easier than it is, and they get into it and they give up. That like don't do that. I don't have a better head. Like it's going to get uncomfortable. I try to stay uncomfortable to a certain amount. I don't like complacency. I think that breeds just laziness and
Complacency.
I just don't like it. I'm not a sit still kind of guy. That's not for everybody. I used to glamorize just running myself in the ground. I work smarter now, not harder. And I think that's the whole goal. I mean, I still work hard. It's just different ways, in different contexts. But I really do think that's what it is. I think it's, you're naive to what it takes to have,
You have to
have milk, to have all the things that you're just going to go in and get. Somebody bought that. And now I'm the one buying that. So you get to titch in the face. You're like, holy shit, it takes a lot to do this. So.
and it really does, right? Because nothing is handed to you. You work for it. Like for me as a kid, the
Right.
one thing I used to always say, man, I cannot wait to have kids. Well,
Right.
I got them now. And it's like, I did not know all of this entails.
What you're signing up for.
Right. Now, don't get me. It's nothing
No,
that
you
would.
love it. You love it, but you
I
don't
love it.
know till you have a kid.
Right, you don't.
Or you have how many?
I have two boys.
2 boys. Okay.
Yeah, and they're 3 and they're 5.
Oh, cool.
And man, that 3-year-old phase. Whew. Listen, I've never seen a little person have so much bass in their voice and point with authority. Like
Oh yeah.
like at 3, are you serious? Like I wouldn't dream of doing this even as a grown man.
Oh no, the direction. They're very to the point, very direct, literal. Like that. My daughter's almost 5, and she is very. There's no gray area. She's assertive. She speaks her mind. But I mean, kind of what you want, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's what you want.
what you want, but you're saying you got a 3-year-old that's rumbly bass and just rocking.
Man, listen, K-pop Demon Hunters is
Like,
literally playing 2 to 3 times a week.
oh yeah, same.
Playlists.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the car. Dad, I don't hear no music.
Yep.
That's very aggressive for a 3-year-old. I mean, you can ask me to put on the music, but just say,
No,
hey,
just straight up, I don't have no music. Yeah.
I don't hear no music. Look, see, right in your playlist.
She sings Love Maybe, and it's in Korean.
Yeah.
Sings the Korean one. She's like, can you put on Love Maybe, Dad? Sure. And then what it sounds like, she knows every word. But like the Korean song she wants, she sings it in Korean. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
I guess that's what we're jamming to now. I mean, I got to figure it out. We have a Demon Hunters themed birthday party for twins to my buddy Nam and Lana on Sunday. So she's going to dress as the one with the purple hair. This is already going.
Bro, Listen, that movie has taken over every household in America,
Crazy.
every household across the nation. Like
And it's
this,
good.
it's a good movie. Like I
No, it's
would
a good movie, but the music is good. Like what it sounds like,
Grammys.
dude. Halftime and into she's singing along to a track that halftime's into trap at the end. Like I'm like, what is this? Like this it was well, and I'm not. I heard you say it earlier on something where you were talking about K-pop, and I was like, I hope we bring it up because it it isn't. It's good. I don't have anything else to say. It's awesome. It's good. I'm not mad at it.
It's a great movie, right? Like this is what it sounds like. Golden is being played in my car. Takedown.
Yep.
How it's done. Like my 3-year-old, my 5-year-old know these words from front to back verbatim.
Oh yeah, and it kind of came on quick too. I went on. I think I don't remember where I was at, but I went out, came back on Sunday from a tour, and she was sitting on the coffee table, and my wife's like, "Do you hear her?" And I was like, "She's singing that," and I knew what it was just because of music and knowing that I could see it trending, but I'm like watching her, and she's singing it word for word, and she'd only seen the movie once, twice, and she knew every single word. It's that got 3 to 5 year olds in a stranglehold like no other, and they know the words. It blows my mind. I'm like, how the hell do you know the words to this? Like, I mean, how many times you guys watched this? And she goes, it's the second time we watched it. I was like, okay.
You know, like even as kids, like learning the commercial jingles,
Yeah.
that was our thing, right? These kids
Sure.
learn the whole songs, like, and it just makes you think, like these new kids are different, and I call them new kids, right?
No, I'd say
Because growing up, you couldn't tell me like I didn't know how to work no cell phone until I was an adult. These new kids out the womb, they know how to work your cell phone.
dude, Monroe's like, I'm like, yo, since she's been like 2, and I don't know if it's, I guess monkey see, monkey do, like whatever, but she's like, dude, she'll navigate through the phone super quick. And you're like, what? So yeah, I'm like, it's wild. I mean, yeah, I didn't have a cell phone, didn't see a cell phone until I was probably, it was like what, $100 a minute.
Yeah. Oh, hey, let me call you after 9. Let me call you after 8. Call you after 9 when it's free.
Oh yeah,
I miss those days, man.
Yeah.
That, bro, these like it makes me think like, are these kids this smart or were we dumb babies?
No, it's just
Not the dumb.
I mean, we're talking. I mean, that she's been in school. She's in pre-K now, and I went to school. We didn't have pre-K or anything like that.
Mhm.
I just had kindergarten when you turned 5, and we learned to write our names there. I didn't know how to write. I did going in. I mean, there wasn't. I was 5, and then you go there to learn it. So, but now, I mean, she's been writing her name since she was 3, 4, and
Okay.
they're just. I mean, if you put it in front of them, I mean, they're ready. I think it's. We were probably always kind of there. We just didn't. You're geographically challenged like myself, or maybe where you're at didn't have the right things. I mean, I like the fact that she's going to be doing things in kindergarten that I did in 2nd grade.
Yeah,
That's wild.
I mean, straight up. Like I know for a fact because she's already doing math, and I'm like she's already doing like the math. I see where they're going with it, but this curriculum is completely different than what I had. I had a kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Christ, and her husband was a local farmer, and they lived 20 miles away. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I came out fine, but it's just we weren't learning. I wasn't going to school and learning things at 2 years old. Like I wasn't. What I was doing? I was out on a tractor.
Listen, bro, it's official. We were dumb babies. That's all it is, right?
Trying to figure it out, man.
I think too, and it's like I have my wife's brain. She's smart. She has some common sense too, which sometimes those don't coincide. But I'd be like the street smart. Like I'm still a critical thinker. I can apply myself and be. I didn't care about being book smart. I like to learn things typically the hard way. And we still, that's why we work is yin and yang, right? So, but our daughter Monroe is a good mix between both of us because she has my like directness and like my attitude and like my energy and my like assertiveness. Not that Ashley's not, but I'm very type A. She's and she works. I found a line of work that works, and Ashley, you can tell like she got a good mix of both of us, which is good. So yeah, and I saw somebody in the comments saying it's genetics. Yeah, I would definitely say that too.
It's in the genes. It's definitely in the
Is it?
genes. No, it's just wild to me, man. It's just wild just seeing your offsprings, right? Just progress so fast.
Dude, it is so quick. I'll be gone for a day or two and come back, and she's like, "Actually, Dad, what?" I'm like,
When'd you learn actually?
I mean,
Big words.
But here's the thing with her is like, she's around adults all the time, so she's had to navigate
right
life, and we never baby talked her. I mean, she's my daughter, of course. I was like, baby, yes, but it wasn't goo goo gaga a whole lot. I mean, it was we're teaching I'm raising a daughter. We're raising a daughter in 2025, so she's going to have a voice.
Yeah.
We got to, and you empower that. So that's what we do. And sometimes I'm like, you're a little too empowered right now. So, yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah. But how they progress is crazy. It's wild. I mean, she writes her name and she'll count to like 100 or something. I'm like, what?
It's like I wasn't counting to 100 until I was like in second grade, man. Like
she had homework. She brought home yesterday, and I'm like, what? Like we were trying to write our damn name. Like
I'm trying to trace my hand, man.
She's not even kindergarten. They're like, look, I was in the balloon glass. I wasn't a star. I was a balloon. My wife was the star. Was it star balloons and like, whatever. Yeah, I wasn't a balloon. There was stars. Stars are the super smart kids. I was a balloon. I was like, if I want to apply myself today, I'll be smart. Probably not. Dude, I'm like riding four-wheelers. I'm like, dude, I don't want to be in this classroom. Get me out of here. I got guns to shoot and shit. Yeah, Ro, you can come down. And Ro wants to say
okay.
I can't blame it.
Oh, we got a special guest appearance. Oh man, hold on, making her Mike's debut.
Here we go.
What are you still up for? Come here.
What is going on? Welcome to the show, Monroe.
Hi, Monroe.
Why did I can't talk?
Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Well, no, because it'll wiggle my camera. Look, here, this will take him back. Look what we get. She runs around with a dead flip phone.
Whoa, bro.
Ooh, take me back.
You want to say hi?
Why are you looking on a laundry basket?
Well, I took a laundry basket and flipped it upside down to make it higher. So I rigged it.
Why?
Well, if it was down low, then they'd be looking at my nose.
Just like, okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense, yes.
Like when we're talking about spooky movies, so when we were talking about K-pop Demon Hunters too, do you like Ghostface? Is that who you dressed up as? Yeah, you being bashful. Can you tell me your favorite song right now? He has 2 kids, and they like this song, right?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Is that your favorite?
No, can I hear it?
Well, yes. It was my own. Okay, here we go. You got 10 seconds. Can you sing it? You're loud. Isn't that wild?
That is wild.
I'm back.
That is insane.
No, we're almost done. You want to tell them why?
No, hear it.
Nope. All right.
Bye, Monroe.
Thank you, Monroe, for coming through. We're gonna get ready to take this home because I know you got to be dad, and I know I got to go be dad as well.
Same.
So
I just want to have big cat.
Oh, because
I want mom and dad.
Okay, we'll both tuck you in. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Last question from me would be becoming on this venture of fatherhood. Did you envision the joy that you have?
Not at all. It made me softer in all the right ways.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's different joys, and your perspective changes, and your what's important, the things that you figured out. That's right. You figure out how much stuff you did that was busy work that thought was busy, and that just
Hmm.
falls off the side, and you realize what your real priorities are. So that's why. But now she's singing. But yeah, that's.
Aw.
I think that would be. I think that would be what. That would be the main thing. Stop. Relax. We'll listen to it. If you be really good right now, we'll listen to it really loud after I get off here. Deal?
No, just a little loud.
Just a little loud. Okay. No, I didn't. I didn't
I was
realize.
on the phone call.
Like you, yes. The joys of being a dad. Like, there's a lot of my buddies that are like, should I have a kid? Should I not? We had her when we were 30. We're both, my wife and I are the same age, 36. And I'm really happy we waited until we did, because I was in a good point in my career, and so was she. So I'd built something to where I can take her to school every day. I can take her to school every day. I can pick her up. We can go do, if it's tennis.
Can I wear pants?
Yes.
The pants are
She has an obsession with
The pants are
pants.
white.
Yes, it's going to be cool out. You got it.
The pants are high.
Yes, perfect.
Mhm.
But I was able, yep.
Pants are high.
I wouldn't be able to do that. I would have had to do it, and my career probably wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't. You know what I mean? Or my career wouldn't be what it is now if I'd have had her in my 20s or even early 30s, because I was able to do things and later, because I was already established. Okay. I was already established in certain areas. So, but it does take a village. We have a lot of friends. We're in a really special situation. Like I was talking about that core group that we have that comes on tour with us. They have. I will when I'm done. I will. Okay. So that core group, a lot of them. Some are single, some are not. Some have kids, some not. But she thinks she basically has like 10 or 12 aunts. You know, like aunts.
That's how I go.
I grew up in a small town. It's kind of how I grew up too. You know, like I thought the farmer was probably family. Hell, he wasn't family. He was just Farmer John down the street, but he treated me like I was family. You know, if I busted my shins, he'd tape me up or whatever. So the joy I see the joy she brings to people, but just the joy of being a dad is like, I said it on Humble Roses, is like, I've been very fortunate to have a lot of platforms, a lot of stages I've been on, rocked a lot of crowds, been very grateful for all that. But nothing compares to like, well, when she's on stage with me, that's fun too, but nothing compares to your own blood. Like you watch them like write their name, or you teach them how to hit a baseball and you watch them do it in a game. You're like, oh shit, that's amazing. You know, it's a proud dad moment, literally a proud dad moment. Not like your good buddy you taught how to DJ and you see him do it live. Like, oh yeah, kind of a proud dad moment. No, this is really my daughter. This is really a proud dad moment. And I wanted a daughter. You want a healthy baby, of course. But we didn't find out. So when she came out, she was a girl. So we kept it a surprise. But I was vocal. I really wanted a daughter, so I did. Got it. So I got a daughter.
Awesome.
It's me.
It's me.
Hey, daughter.
Oh my gosh.
It's been really cool, and it just gets even better and better and better and better. And I just think it's cool. People always ask, you know, when you have another one. We're sounds bad, but one and done. We're just gonna have one, and there's no real other reason than that's just right for us. And there's 3 seats on an airplane. No, I'll tell you, if you have 2 kids, you ain't finding 2 kids in 30 or a person in 30 seconds. Hey man, I got this gig that came through. I got to fly out. Ashley works till 7. Can you pick her up at 4? When you have 3 kids, 2 kids, that doesn't really happen.
No.
You have 1 kid. I mean, it makes it easier. I got 3 dogs. Ain't nobody watching my 3 dogs. I watch one.
That one too.
Yo, I'll watch Minion for you, but I ain't watching the rest of them. All right, let's
No, I feel it.
What you gonna do? That's all
right. You no longer in control. I understand.
Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, I'm like, so I'll come plug it in a second. But yeah, it's the greatest joy. Yeah, plug that in. Yeah, watch your fingers. Yeah, so she's, like I said, very active. No, it's been really fun, and I'm glad. You don't know what you don't know again, but like, there's nothing. One thread of me anywhere, like one cell of my body that doesn't. I'm like, man, this was the right decision. This is amazing. So it's cool. I love it. And I don't know if you're a Kev. I don't know if you're a dad or not.
Yeah, newly minted. My baby boy was born almost a month ago, so yeah, I totally understand the feeling. It has made me soft, so I totally understand.
Good dad mode. Like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna be a wreck at her. I'm gonna be a wreck at her wedding. I'll be like, whatever, if she ever gets married, whatever. Because there's little things. Monroe, I'm still. Quit yelling. I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
Aww.
Because it'll make like I'm like, why am I tearing up right now? There's no reason for this. Like, but it's not a bad thing. I'm not mad at it. You know, it opened up a part of me that I didn't know. Well, it had no reason to exist, I guess, and now it does. So I'm like, I'm cool with it. So it's good.
Yeah, man. There's there's nothing like it. My 3-year-old, we finally got him potty trained, and
That was a big thing, right?
Yeah, and even still to this day, anytime he goes number 2, he says, "Daddy, I boo boo for you," and he points.
Oh yeah, of course,
with authority.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we had to like going number 2 for a while. Then it was 1. It was like she was scared of flushes or toilets that are automatic flushing, so she'd freak out. It's kind of went away now. Just kind of naturally went away because it was loud on her ears. And but she'd be like, "Is it flush? Does it flush itself?" And I'm like, "Do your toilets flush themselves?" No. Okay, go. I'm like,
no, I get it.
It's and then I don't really care what other people think anyway, but I really don't. I'm like, no shame now. I'm like, hey, go use that bathroom over there.
Man, thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. This has been a good conversation. This is very fun.
I appreciate you guys having me. Like I said, I think it's a huge deal when you get somebody gets asked you to be on their platform that they worked really hard to create. So I don't take it for granted. So thank you for having me.
And we don't take you for granted, man. We just want to just acknowledge you at this time, man. We really thank you for coming through. Thank you for all the hard work that you've been doing inside the community, being a great father, as we got to see the debut of Monroe. But before we get out of here, I am going to go ahead and leave the people with this. Before we get out, can you let the people know where they can follow you at?
Yeah, everything's across the board is at DJ Ashton Martin, and it's not the card. It's ASHTONMARTIN. So, yep, IG, give me a Instagram. I'm sure you can Google and find some wild stuff. Oh, you spelled it like that at the top. I got you. It's okay. Everybody does.
No. Yeah, you see that inside.
No, I just saw it. Well, the way the light was shining, I didn't see my name there the whole time until I just moved. And I go, oh, shit, I wasn't correcting you. Sorry.
No. The thing about this platform, it auto-corrects like a mug.
No, I'd say that auto-corrected, I guarantee you. 100%. Yeah. No, it's, 100, no, it always says. But, yes, it's DJ Ashton Martin just add across the board. Also, hold on, Ro. DJ, side note. Ashton Martin is my real name, and my middle name is DJ David Joseph. So that's my actual name.
Mind blown. Had no idea. Real name, no gimmick.
Normally I open up with that, but no, it comes up. No, they're like, oh, like the car. I'm like, no, it's my real name. And then when I tell people where I'm from, that doesn't make any sense either.
No, what?
They're like, no, more John Deere's, right?
You know about that John Deere life. Right. Listen, I want to thank you for coming on. I want to thank you for your time. Listen, people, we've had a great time here with DJ Ashton Martin. As we always in the show, too much negativity can have you unbalanced mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Spread more positive vibes. It takes very little to build someone up than it does to tear them down. Think about the logic. With that being said, hey, we love you. Make sure you follow DJ Ashton Martin for all his upcoming events, which are coming up all through this week. He's going to be a very busy man through the rest of the month, even going into November. Please, if you are looking for a DJ to set the tone and get your party right, make sure you come correct, number one. But number two, reach out to him. Reach out.
Appreciate that.
He is very, very approachable. Good-hearted human being. Like I said, one DM conversation turned into an in-person conversation that turned into this moment. Want to thank everyone for coming through from Culture Clash Network. Make sure you follow everyone there. Of course, make sure you listen to and watch Tasty Talks. Also, make sure you watch Analysis Dynasty with all their platforms, as well as Humble Roses and Sports for You, and JB versus the World, Society and Pop Culture. Get your podcast. Listen, I've been JT. That's been Kev the Postman. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only DJ Ashton Martin.
Thank you.
No, thank you again for having me. I appreciate it. Don't go too far. We'll definitely run this back too. So you let me know when you want me to jump back on. I got you.
Absolutely, man.
More topics. I'll throw some questions at you. We'll get to know each other more.
Ooh, I like that. And you know what? I'm taking up on that offer to Kansas City. I like to drive.
You got to have somebody show
At
you.
barbecue, man.
Yeah, roll up. I got you.
I got you.
Woo.
I'll see you guys.
See you, man. Thank you.
Bye-bye.